Hello, and welcome to the next episode of Embryo House, Embryo Pink video newsletter. And it's awesome to be able to do this. I got tons of news. I've got tons of things to talk about. I'm not going to try to make this thing as long as I usually do. I say that all the time, and then all of a sudden, I get all in an uproar about talking about things because I love just communicating with everybody, letting everyone know what's going on with Embryo House and Embryo Pink, and we can go from there. There's going to be a ton of news with Embryo House. There's some news for Embryo Pink. I'm going to address the WitchHouse Records things that I was looking at putting on hold, and then decided to change up a lot of things. So you're going to find out more about this in this episode of the Embryo House, Embryo Pink video newsletter. Starting off, we're going to talk about Embryo House. Now, Embryo House has got some projects coming up. I also have some projects outside of Embryo House that we're going to be talking about here today as well. The first thing I want to talk about is a huge thing for me. And if you've heard of this director, you will know that he is got his style. He does bonker films like Thrust, and he's coming to Embryo House. Victor Bonacore is going to be doing a film. It's not 100% sure what the film is going to be about, so there's going to be more information that I'm going to be providing down the road for everybody, and hopefully I'll have all that more information like the next time I do a video newsletter. And but I'm excited about this. I love his work. He hasn't done a lot of stuff, and that's okay. I mean, we don't need to do a lot of stuff to be able to make a name for ourselves. That's kind of my opinion about things, because I don't have a lot out there, and I think I have a pretty decent following of beautiful individuals that have been so supportive. And I'm a big fan of Victor's, and he's going to be bringing along another filmmaker, brand new. And more information will be able to be laid out for everyone. But once I get the release date, once I get the info about that, I will give you everything I can to be able to let everyone know about this release. I'm excited. It will be through Embryo House, and there's going to be just an array of fun items that's going to go along with this release. Now for the next part of the Embryo House portion of the newsletter. This portion is basically talking about a lot of the things that I have going on outside of Embryo House and Embryo Pink. My work with the King James Biblical Anthology is winding down. I'm finishing up 2 pieces for it. And we'll see what goes from there. If Daniel needs anything else for it, he may reach out to me. Who knows? But this is going to be something that I'm really looking forward to finally seeing the finished product. It's been almost a year now since I've worked on this with Daniel. And, I'm still working on it with Daniel. Me and Daniel have been so just focused on getting this done. And so hopefully this is finally coming to a point where he can provide me with a release date, provide you guys with a release date. I know New Film Order is going to be doing a beautiful release for it. And then, like was discussed many times before, even in the last Embryo House, Embryo Pink video newsletter, and also on Another Day, Another Dollar with Matthew Brown. Embryo House is going to do a special release for it after it's run its course. It's not going to be right away. I don't want to be that person who, you know, wants to jump on it right away and all of that. I want the film to breathe for New Film Order, and I just feel like give it a time, you know, give it some time, let it run its course. Let's, you know, see what, you know, 6-7 months of it being out will do, and then coming back and revisiting it and re-releasing it through Embryo House with a lot of special items that will be added to it. Also, I am officially part of the brand new and newly announced Symbolicus Volume 4. Now, I did do work for Volume 3. Now I'm stepping in. I'm also going to do a film for Volume 4. I'm not sure how anything is going to go with the release through Embryo House. I know I will do a release for Symbolicus Volume 4 through Embryo House. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to handle it. The, you know, Volume 3 was absolutely cray-cray. There were so many pieces to go into this, and it was utterly just anxiety inducing. So I don't know what I'm going to do for Symbolicus Volume 4. It's still in its infancy stage. So once we get to that point, I'll be able to provide more information. I'll sit down and do some rough sketches and design sketches to see what we will go from there. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll get cray-cray and do another bonker release. I don't know. The last one was really hard to keep track of all the pieces, and, you know, things turned out to be a little frustrating, especially with dealing with, in particular, other entities outside of me doing it to get t-shirts printed, buttons printed, and all the other stuff. You know, thank goodness for Marcus Cook. He has been the backbone of Embryo House, Embryo Pink, with getting, you know, things printed for me and put together. He has done, you know, pressings of the DVDs. He has essentially been what keeps us running. Not saying I can't do it, but he is really, you know, he has been literally the backbone in helping me get these pieces put together with the DVDs and the cases and the printing of the covers and the you know, the art cards, lobby cards, posters, everything. So once we get to that point, I'll start sitting down and deciding on what exactly I'm going to do. But first, it's getting my piece done for Symbolicus Volume 4, and then going from there. I think that's essentially where I'm going to be standing at this point in time. Now, next, I'm going to be talking about Embryo Pink. And Embryo Pink, you know, it's been, excuse me, it's been kind of up and down, you know. I'm trying to find something that will bring everything together and, you know, make things happen for Embryo Pink. It's, you know, the company's so young still, and it's going to take time, but we finally have an official release coming out this coming up year 2024. It's going to be White Gardenia and myself, and we're doing a collaboration on 2 pieces of film. First is kind of a revisit to some of his work. And I know that, you know, he's infamous for, you know, revisiting a lot of stuff, but this is, yes, it is revisiting some of his material, but at the same point in time, it's adding me as the, you know, the other visionary involved with this besides just his work. So it's going to have his film with my style. And so there is no official title to it. We don't know exactly what we're going to do for the release. It is going to have, you know, all those special things, that it will be a limited run. So if you are a completist for White Gardenia stuff or my own work, you know, keep an eye out for that. There's going to be 2024 hits. I'm going to be posting a lot on things coming out because I want to keep everybody up to date. 2024 is going to be a lot of work for me, and I'm going to be definitely making an effort to get this thing rolling through. Now in March I am taking a break because I'm going out to Vegas, Days of the Dead. So if you're going to be there, look for me. I might be carrying some special little treats for the people that come up and say hi to me, and you never know. So Days of the Dead is in March. I believe it's 15th through the 17th. I don't have a table. I'm going out there just to enjoy myself, in the horror community. But yeah, if you're going to be there, come by and say hi to me if you see me walking around. I will give you, I'm going to have stuff with me just for the heck of it. So yeah, please do. If you see me, say hi. Also, outside of the remix of some of White Gardenia's stuff, we are also going to be doing a piece, like an original piece, like a it's going to be strictly for Embryo Pink. This work is not going to be revisited or re-released and any other film company. This is strictly for Embryo Pink. I try to keep it that way because I don't want to continuously have my stuff spread all over the place, and then it, again, my philosophy, less is more. And so once I get everything kind of put together, we're going to be able to come in and discuss what we want to do for the release, discuss the title, get the cover art done, things like that. And again, this is in its infancy stage. We already have half of it done. We're just trying to get the other half done. And right now, with the King James Biblical Anthology kind of taking the forefront of our work and our time with film, it's gonna take a little bit of time. So I'm looking at getting it ready for a release in summer. Now I wasn't planning on doing a summer release, but I think Daniel's work speaks for itself, and I think that putting together something that's not going to be vastly expensive, so that people can still be able to go and do things that they like to do. I know Cinema Wasteland is, at the tail end of the summer and things like that. I don't want to deplete people's wallets. And so I'm trying to put things together a little bit more constructively with the price. I'm not saying that I won't be doing releases that are going to be a little, more expensive on that level because of the pressing time, or the run, I guess you can say, of the DVDs. But right now, we don't know anything else except for we are collaborating on a project together. It's officially going to be released through Embryo Pink. I would like to put it out in the summertime, so we're all, we'll see how that goes. I'm also looking at doing a release. It'll be a re-release of a film. I'm still in the process of doing research on this. Now, I don't want to name the film because I don't want to get people, any kind of false hope. I don't know if there's anybody out there that is a fan of this film. I personally am. It fits beautifully into the Embryo Pink category, and it's near and dear to my heart. And it is a 1953 film. And I'm looking at hopefully not so much securing the rights because it is in public domain, but doing a decent release for it, doing a t-shirt, doing a print, not trying to capitalize anything. It's for me because this film is super, super corny, but at the same point in time, it's so gorgeous. Yeah, I'm looking at putting this together. There are a couple of people that have an idea of what I'm looking at doing. And what I'm gonna be hopefully releasing next year. It will be probably a Christmas time release. I never would think I would do a Christmas time release, but it's definitely going to be towards the end of the year. I want to try to put together at least 3-4 releases next year, 2 Embryo Pink and 2 Embryo House. Now, finally, we are rolling into discussing WitchHouse Records. Now, originally, I was planning on doing the Coffin Birth release December 13th. And, the Symbolicus Volume 3 release was so expensive. Besides, the postage wasn't really that bad. It was primarily all the components that went into the release. And so I'm looking at trying to uh, put together like a decent time period to get these releases through for WitchHouse Records. The underlying problem is balancing everything out because I am the sole financer of my company. I have no investors or anything like that, so I'm pumping my own hard-earned money into this. And so with that being said, it takes time, it takes balance. I'm learning not to announce things that I have to pull back and say this is the most important, this is the most important, secondary, tertiary, things like that. So I'm not going to give you a definitive time period. I do know that originally the Coffin Birth was going to be released December 13th of this year, but I pulled it out because of the cost of Symbolicus Volume 3. No complaints. I'm actually very, very, very proud of that release. I think it looks so gorgeous. I'm happy that Matthew Brown got his drawing and prize thing. But we'll we're getting to the point where we're going to get the WitchHouse record releases put together. I am planning something kind of big for the White Gardenia release. I'm still in the works of trying to get some footage to put together, maybe a kind of like a balance of music and imagery. No, I'm not part of it. I think that it would be really cool to have like maybe a DVD along with the CDs, and then release it as like a companion with each other, where you can watch it or you can experience it just musically. Again, I know a lot of people aren't buying DVD or CDs and all that, but it is making some slight comeback. So I want to be able to be logical and smart on how I'm going to be releasing these. I do know that the Coffin Birth album, it was pulled back, and it gave the artist time to go back and re-edit some stuff and clean up some material. So again, that is also looking at being released. Dr. Gloves has not been forgotten about. We're going to be doing 3 more song releases, one from White Gardenia, one from Dr. Gloves, one from Coffin Birth, and that's going to be coming out in the next month or so. And that's going to be on the YouTube page, our channel, not page. And more announcements are going to be placed up on the Instagram and the Facebook. So, look for that. And hopefully I'll have more info. I don't want to put any release dates on there because of, future plans. They happen. I don't know, maybe I'll die and nothing gets released. Oh, I doubt that. Anyways, I shouldn't say that. We'll just see how things are going to go, see where things are going to fall into place during the release dates. I don't want to saturate the market once again. It's hard to, when you have a beautiful following and supportive people, it costs a lot of money to do these things, and I love doing it, and I'm not going to stop doing it. So we're just going to have to really sit and wait and see how things go and pan out. All right. Thank you for, joining me in this beautiful, gloomy, wintry day here in Portland. And I'm going to have more, info coming out as, we roll on. Hopefully things will start falling into place so I can provide more information. But, guaranteeing that this year is going to be, it's going to be heavy duty. It's going to take a lot of work. So to get these things done, and I am willing to put forth that effort to get this stuff out there for you guys. Once I get more information on the Victor Bonacore, the Et Tu Masal releases, the White Gardenia collaboration with myself, or Embryo Pink, the re-release of this dream film of mine, not mine, but, for me to re-release, and then the WitchHouse Records stuff. Once I get all that stuff, maybe even more news, who knows, I'll do another video newsletter. Thank you so much. I love you all. Mwah.